Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to Monday Music Song Blog. If you're just joining me for the first time, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Feeling a little scattered today. Normally I have a little bit better idea of kind of what I want to say, maybe how that goes with the song, but this week seems like there's a lot of thoughts flowing around, and so hopefully it won't be too long and chaotic. Chaotic's okay sometimes. But today is about family. So, that being said is because today, and I'm actually filming this Sunday night, it's my Grandma Carol's 85th birthday. And on Wednesday, the 30th, it would have been my Papa's 91st birthday. So that kind of inspired me to do something, in honor of my grandparents and family. So I'm actually going to sing a song that my grandpa used to play on the ukulele. Now, I don't know or remember if I ever heard him play this, but he played a lot of different instruments. Most of my grandparents had some type of musical talent, and there's a lot of talented musicians in our family. So it definitely runs in the blood, and I love now seeing my kids carry that on and love music the way we all do. So I'll start out with a funny little story. My Uncle Dave is a music producer in Phoenix, and he is incredibly hardworking and talented and has built an amazing business for himself from scratch, the ground up. We started at the bottom, now we're here. Yep, okay, just did that. But when let's see, this is 1996, so I guess I was 14. My mom and her mom, my Nana, went to visit Uncle Dave in Phoenix for a couple days, and my mom likes to recall that I was a very grouchy teenager at the time, but we went to visit my uncle's music studio, and they're like, well, why don't you go in and you can record a track in the studio? I'm like, okay, that's really cool. So here's my tape. Yep, there's my shaky hands. You'll hear about those eventually if we haven't talked about that yet. I'm not going to be playing this for you because that would require me to go to my car, and I don't know if I want to. I'll listen to it later. Oh, 13-year-old me. How bad could it be? But, we get in there and I'm like so nervous, and I've talked about that before, my nerves and my fear and my stage fright and my worry about people thinking I messed up or have a bad voice, or so I think they probably had to kind of convince me to do it, even though it's like my huge dream, you know, wow, I'm in this music studio, this is amazing. So we're done, and I come out and they're like, okay, you know, let's listen to it, let's play it. And I don't know what the term for this is, which also makes me wish that I knew, but they turned up something so I sounded like a chipmunk. I don't know if that's the EQ or whatever. I wish that I had that kind of music knowledge. Maybe someday I'll get to experience that again. But so 14-year-old me was not very happy. I was so upset. I was like, oh my gosh, I sound terrible. What is going on? And then of course my mom and my uncle are cracking up. Oh, yeah, we're just kidding around with you, we're messing with the buttons. And you know, I obviously didn't find it humorous, but they thought it was hilarious. So thankfully the real tape is not chipmunky, but I just love thinking back on that. And where I was then, where I've come now. So who knows, maybe someday there's a studio again in my future. Okay, so I have a little notes here. I'm like, what do I talk about? How does this relate? Talking about family. And I guess maybe some of the stuff relates and it doesn't. I'm trying to think where to go with this. Maybe it doesn't relate. That's okay. Here's another story. I have always worn my hair up, and I guess it's appropriate that I randomly put it in braids today, because I guess when I was a teenager, I was just lazy, and so I'd wash my hair and I'd throw it in a bun. And if you know me, you know you just see me with my hair up all the time. I never do anything to it. I'm like, oh, too much effort. But over the years, whatever the anxious and obsessive compulsive parts of me, it's kind of gotten worse, and so I've started pulling my hair out. I'm not a diagnosed trichotillomaniac, but I don't like having hair on me, and I have like a phobia of it, and this is so embarrassing. Some of you probably know this, or you've seen me doing it. Once I feel like there's a hair and I need to get it off me, I can't stop. So that's just a random thing that I'm like, hey, this is something I gotta share. You know, it's not necessarily part of the depression, but it's more the anxiety vein of that. And a lot of times what that leads to is you have a little thing like this that bugs you, but then it can really turn into something greater. So I don't know if there's a hidden meaning there, but yeah, I guess it's a good thing I have a lot of hair because I still have plenty left. I also do it with my eyelashes, and there's not very many of them left. So there's that. Okay, but so today I'm gonna sing 2 little songs. The first one that my grandpa used to play is it's called 5'2" Eyes of Blue, written in the 20s, and I love this era, and the 60s as well. You know, they were rough times, but they were very interesting times in history and music, and there's definitely always a correlation there. So yeah, here it is. This is 5'2", Eyes of Blue, and I should have dressed up in a little flapper outfit, I guess. Here we go. 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? But if you run into a 5'2" covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life it isn't her. But could she love, could she woo, could she coo? Has anybody seen my gal? 5'2", eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal? Yay! Imagine it with a little band in the background. It's much more fun, but I like to do things a cappella, so I didn't do a karaoke version. And then the second song is actually a little song that my dad used to sing to me, and it's, I think, made more prominent in that era, a little bit of a barbershop song, but it was actually written originally, I think, in the late 1800s. And this one's just this teeny little ditty, and he always used to sing it, and I just love it. It's so good. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire, baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me, then you'll be left alone. So baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. I am your own. And that one I like to imagine with parts. So maybe someday, see this empty space over here? Someone could come in the studio with me. Yes, I am looking for anyone who is interested locally to maybe come sing or play, or if you have something that you do feel comfortable sharing about. I have talked to a couple different friends that I think are gonna write in some comments for me, and I think most people probably feel more comfortable doing that anonymously, which is perfectly understandable. Not everyone is as extroverted and open book as I am. Yeah, so there's those songs, there's those stories, there it all is in one glorious take. It's funny because like I've talked about before, sometimes I get really excited about coming out here, sometimes I get really nervous, sometimes in a great mood, sometimes I'm in a horrible mood, as we all are. And today I just had like all these nerves, and maybe it was because I didn't know where anything was gonna go, but that's been part of the lesson. Even if the song doesn't come out, you know, how I would have wanted it to, it's done in love and it's done in honesty. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful week. Hope you got to enjoy the moon. I'm going to go out and search for it now. Hope I'm not too late. But look forward to seeing you next week. I'm loving this time, and I'm so grateful for the freedom and the clarity that it's brought me, and I'm glad to hear that some of you guys have enjoyed it as well. So take care. See you soon, friends. Namaste.